Howdy, my name's Edward. I'm one of the new member coordinators at Troop1861 in College Station, Texas. And I'm so glad that you're here to learn a little bit about scouting. Scouting is a very large program. It covers the whole world, but it also covers a large age range, so from kindergarten to 20 years old. So today I'm going to be talking about Scouting America, and that's for 11-year-olds to 17-year-olds. There are a lot of other opportunities if you're interested in other opportunities. For kindergarten through fifth grade, there's Cub Scouts. There's a mentorship program called Exploring that's available through some of the schools. And then for older youth, for 14 to 20, there's our programs of venturing crews, and Sea Scouts. So those are definitely options, but today I want to focus on Scouting America. There's a lot of reasons to join Scouts, so I'd like to share with you my 3 favorite ones. My first one is new faces. When you go to a Scout meeting, you're going to see people that you haven't met before. Frequently, when you go to a Scout meeting, you will meet people who go to a different school, possibly in a different school district. The other thing that's great about Scouting is that it's a worldwide organization. We wear on our uniforms the World Crest of Scouting, this purple background with a white fleur-de-lis. So anywhere you go in the world, you may run into other Scouts, which is actually pretty cool. But what I want you to think about is not only is Scouting a very diverse group, but what is it that makes a Scout face different than anybody else's? Well, it comes from our ideals and the things that we believe. And one of those is the Scout Law. I'm going to talk about some of the points of the Scout Law, not all 12 of them. But if you were to sit down and write down the qualities that you would want a friend of yours to have, what would they be? Well, in the Scout Law, a Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, and cheerful. Those are all things that we'd love to have in our friends. So when you see a Scout, I want you to see the qualities that a Scout adheres to. I want you to see those qualities, and I want you to know that Scouts are approachable, they're interested in helping, and that you should not be afraid to approach a Scout. In time, hopefully, some of these new faces will become good friends, and they'll become your scouting buddies and possibly lifelong friends. I have friends that have been lifelong friends that I met in Scouts. So, what makes friendship even better? Well, when you get to experience things together as friends or as scouting buddies, you're going to go new places and do things. So you may not realize it, but Scouts do things. And I mean, not just camping and hiking. Sure, we do a lot of that and it's a lot of fun and we enjoy it a lot. But we go a lot of other places and do a lot of other things. We go to summer camp, we go to museums, we go to universities, we go to NASA, we go to lots of really cool places. And speaking of cool places, some of the places that we're going or have gone recently are caves up to the top of Mount Bali in New Mexico at Philmont Scout Ranch, and we're planning to go to Northern Tier in Canada. So we go lots of cool places, literally and figuratively. But not just that, we're doing lots of new and different things. Sure, sometimes we like to revisit our favorite places, like we typically go to Enchanted Rock every year because we all enjoy Enchanted Rock. It's a great place to go. But did you know that these new places, the adults aren't running the program? Did you know that the boys run the program? Did you know that the Scouts themselves are picking and planning the places they're going? You are sitting down with your scouting buddies and coming up with a list of places you want to go. And then you're implementing that and putting it into effect, which I think is pretty cool. So not only are you going new and interesting places, but you're actually affecting and choosing where you're going and what you're doing. So you're seeing new faces, you're going new places. So what else is so great? New experiences. When you go to these new places, you go and experience new things. Sometimes it's just seeing a different place. Sometimes it's something like leading your scouts in a flag ceremony for the first time. That's different. And sometimes that can be a little bit challenging. But once you've done it a whole bunch of times, it's not a big deal. Planning a camp out. These are things that scouts do all the time. And at first, they may seem a little difficult or challenging, but you know what? Pretty soon, you've been doing it and it's not a big deal. Maybe you find calling a tent home for a week while you're away at summer camp a bit challenging, but you know what? After a summer camp or two, it's nothing big. How about taking a 12-day hike over 70 miles on a high adventure trek? Now, I still have a little, that's still a little challenging for me, but we do lots of really cool things and we have lots of really cool experiences and we get to do it together as scouts. So you're sharing those experiences, you have buddies who are there to back you up and make sure that you're doing okay. But we also do some things that are just fun. Like we float down the river in a canoe. That's just fun. Or spend an afternoon fishing. That's just fun. Or telling stories with your buddies by the campfire. That's just fun. Then there's other experiences that maybe you never planned on. Like the way that it affects you when you are involved in a service project that helped build that accessibility ramp and made a beautiful sunset or something that people who have limited mobility were not able to access before suddenly very accessible for them. That is a pretty awesome experience. Or the service project that improved the habitat for wildlife and the difference you made for the plants and the animals in the area. Or maybe the accomplishment that you feel when you complete the first aid merit badge at camp, or when you overcome your fears and you get on that ropes course for the first time and realize that it's really cool. Another experience that I hope that everyone has the opportunity to feel is the experience of feeling prepared. When that day comes and you put into practice the skills that you learned at scout camp or through scouts and you made a real difference, like when there was an emergency and you were able to provide first aid that you learned at scout camp to someone and you made a huge difference in their life and the lives of others. Or in the case of a disaster, when you know the right steps to go to keep people safe so that there's not more injuries. These experiences change those around you and change you. So Scouts is definitely a new experience. It may seem a little different at first, but don't let that keep you from coming. Come and visit our troop or a troop close to you and join us. Scouts will change you for the better. Troop 1861, we meet in College Station, Texas at Peace Lutheran Church. We meet on Tuesdays from 7 to 8:30 p.m. If you'd like to know more about our troop, go to troop1861.org. Our calendar is available on the website if you'd like to see the things that we've done recently and the things that we're doing in the future. If you don't live in College Station and you're interested in Scouts, please go to beascout.org and there you can look up troops that are in your area. So first you want to select the program that you're interested in. So typically Cub Scouts is highlighted, so you may want to deselect that and select Scouting. Then once you've selected that, you're going to type in your zip code and it's going to bring up a list of troops. If there's a lot of troops in your area, it might be helpful to use the filters. So you can click on the filters, choose boy or girl troop, depending on if you're boy or girl and which troops you're interested in. Now, the only twist on joining is that to join, your parent or guardian has to sign you up. It has to be someone 18 or older. So when you go to join, you're going to have someone's help. Before joining a troop, I recommend that you go to a couple of meetings, take some time to get to know a few people, ask what they really like about the troop, things that maybe they don't like about the troop. Make sure that the meeting times and place is convenient for your family so you can get back and forth to the meetings. And then join. Don't wait. Join. The sooner you join, then you'll get to experience the new faces, new places, and new experiences. And I hope that you enjoy your scouting journey.